It's back, people. The Llama LS is back. It turned up yesterday and we got 4 weeks until wrapping it. So on this video, we're going to be putting this back into the tonner to do so. This is the blower is just sitting there at the moment, but that has to come off because you can't even pick it up like this. The blower has to come off and then you put strops around it. You'll see it all in the video. Sweet. Watch this. Alright, let's get started. The first thing you need to do is chuck the water pump on there. Yep. So I've cleaned up most of it. These where your adapters go on the block. We've got all your overs in them, but then these gaskets between these gaskets here go between the block and these adapters. So what I need to do is I'll cut them out, but what I need to do is to cut these middle bits out. You just steal the chopping block from inside. Now we're talking. And then I'll go through and cut all those little holes out. And I'll be able to chuck it there. That'll be enough. Cut that out, and then it can go on the water pump, the electric water pump, and then we've got to put the crank support on too. Okay, the gaskets are all cut out. It was painfully slow with this. I had to hit it with a silly wee knife and just cut it, and it made an absolute fucking mess of the chopping block. Whoopsie. Would have been a million times quicker to get like a hole punch and then just punch the holes out. Could have it done so quick, but that's one of the things I don't actually have in this garage. I definitely need to get some because it would make that a million times easier. I've trimmed it all up. One of my pet peeve things is I hate it when you put, you see these like flash as motors and then they've got a gasket and you can see like gasket sticking out here or a big hunk of red RTV or something. It just looks terrible, especially when you put it on like a flash motor. And I've just test fitted this up before because I thought I was ready to put it on, but it turns out I'm not, because when this goes on, when it goes on like that, God, this is hard without my camera person here. Anyway, the back of that block actually overhangs, or the back of the adapter overhangs the engine block there, so when you're around there, or you'll sit looking down at it, or you'll see all the back of it. So if I should just cover that with goo and put it on, it's going to look fucking terrible. So I'm going to trim all the gasket off, so I'll put that down. That's how it goes. And all the gasket there hanging over the edge, here, there it is. All that is going to get cut off. And then, when it's on, like so, all you'll see is the nice back piece of the aluminium, that there. So that's the mission. Sweet, the electric water pump adapters are now on. Just give them a bit of time for the gasket go to cure properly. These bolts here come out and they go through the water pump right through into the block, so I just put these here on to apply a bit extra pressure while the gasket go seals them up to the block. And then I'll put the water pump on, because yeah, you got to tighten, you don't tighten it right at the start, so I've got to tighten these here up after the goo's half cured, you know. And then I'll put the water pump on. Look at the state of the alternator. That's filthy. I want to put it on, but it's filthy. I meant to clean this while the engine was away, but we've been so freaking busy with everything else, with work being chaotic and going to all the other comps and stuff. It takes up time and shit, so here we are. I'm going to give it a clean now. I'll probably set it on hyperlapse, take it apart, give it a clean, and chuck it back together. Okay, she's apart and she is filthy. Check this shit out. Amazing. Who would have thought, after 6 years of neglect and never been opened or never looked at and cleaned, she'd look so bad. Fuck, that's terrible. So time to give it a clean and chuck her back together while it's out. So another thing I'm checking while I'm in here, see these brushes here, these thingies here, oh god, my hands are in the way. These two brushes, the wee bits that stick out, they're spring loaded. Oh, you can't even see again, but they're spring loaded and they rub the contact on here and perform a wee magic trick making electricity. But what happens is the brushes there, they wear down, and when they wear down they stop. The contact on here gets crappy and doesn't, and then it stops charging, so you need to replace the brushes when you like recondition alternators. I've done them before, but luckily this one doesn't need doing, so I'm going to give it a decent clean and then chuck it back together. Got about 1 minute into cleaning it and thought, fuck this, it needs to be taken apart more. So undone on the outside those, there's like 4 screws there. They're fucking tight, so I had to use the old smacker screwdriver thingy. And what is that even called? I forgot what they're called, like a slide, not a slide, impact hammer I think they call them. Attack driver, they're bloody handy. I've used it quite a few times, had it for years. This bit here, I don't even know what this one's called either, but that bearing, I know, when the fuck out, if you want to give it a proper birthday, you'd replace the bearing. That one, there's no noise or play in it, so she's getting clean. I got this. All clean now, like that, much fucking better. Time to put it back together and put it on.
Ready? Yeah. Just hit the door right now. Yeah, forward. 5.
Coils all mounted with the leads plugged in. Loom for the coils is plugged into the MSD loom. Done the cam sensor is plugged in on the back there as well. Go around the other side. Also plugged in this that water water temperature one there that goes to the MSD. The wire for that used to come up around here and look fucking ugly, so I've rerouted it and hidden it all down under there. And also the electric water pump is now plugged in. All the coils and leads on the side done, and the starter motor is powered up, and the starter wire is plugged in as well. So now it's just to mount that alternator, and yeah, just getting there. Alright, gave the tank, cleaned the water tank. This just increases the water capacity for the cooling system. It's got a shield, everyone's always asking about it, it's got a shield that goes down the middle there and stops the water. It has to circulate through the bottom and go all the way through it and use all the volume of the water. So it's going in now. And I've given the oil cooler clean too, so it's a 30 row oil cooler with a 7-inch fan on the back. So I'll set up a high collapse, because you can actually see this, and I'll chuck it in. Sweet, that's the water tank mounted in there. I've just wired up the fan for the transmission oil cooler. I've mounted the engine oil cooler and just wired up the fan for that too. And follow around here. I've just plumbed in the oil lines on the block. Down there. Yep, focus, there it is. So you got, when you plumb them in, that's crucial, you have to have these plumbed in the right way, because these K&N oil filters, and a couple other brands as well, they've got the filters have a one-way valve in them, and if you put them in the wrong way you will not get oil circulation, which is really fucking bad. So yeah, now it's ready to put in the radiator, so I'll set up a high collapse, chuck the radiator in. Here's the radiator I'm chucking in. It's the same one I've had literally for the last 10 years, and I'm always getting asked what radiator I run. Well, this is it. I think I paid $280 on eBay with fans from, it was ebay.com.au. I bought it on a Monday and it was on my door in New Zealand on Thursday, so literally 4 days for it to turn up. It's just a cheap 3-core alloy replacement for an HQ Holden. And I can tell you that if you get that and put it with your small block Chev, it is definitely going to boil. That's what I used to have, lots of issues, but then I got this tank and then it stops boiling. And then with the LS and the big water pump and stuff, now she gets through. But I have been thinking about upgrading it, because my missus got a real fucking good one in the Skyline and I'm pretty impressed with it. This one, it really needs a cow on it and probably to be a wee bit bigger, but she does the job, and I'm going to chuck it in now. Sweet, while I've been at work, the missus has been flat out polishing this. The blower and carbs are now very shiny. I'm pretty pleased with how they came up. She always gets them fucking mint, eh? Spends hours on the bloody thing. Yeah, pretty good. Even did the pulley. Inside the pulley was pretty bad with the tensioner and the bracket. This shit here, the crappy bit there, that goes on it and you don't even see it, so you won't notice that, but the rest of it is fucking awesome. Now it's time to pick it up and chuck it on there. I'll set up a high collapse thing and get the boy to help me pick it up because it's so damn heavy, and yeah, go to the next bit. So much for the blower going straight on. I ended up getting sidetracked and deciding to give it an oil change, give it a wee birthday. So I should have done the hyperlapse taken apart, but I didn't. But now it's apart, I'll show you a wee bit what's going on. And then when I put it together, I'll set up a hyperlapse as well. It's pretty simple though. So to start with, what I did was took the bung out the bottom here, drained the oil out. It didn't really want to flow out, it was very slow coming out, so I ended up taking, it's got the wee breather, that wee, the wee button thing, that, and when you, that obviously goes there, and you can push it and stuff, but I ended up just taking it out so that the oil flowed out. And when you refill it, obviously that's your sight glass there, so the oil level goes through there and covers the base of it. But yeah, it's easy to do, just took the pulley off, took the snout off, and the snout, the black piece there is actually on a spline, an internal spline there that drives it. And yeah, for those that don't know, when this is, people think that they turn that way, but they don't. The engines turn clockwise, and these here go that way as well. I mean, obviously that one goes like that, and the air is compressed around the outside of the blower on the way through, not down the middle. That's not how they work. The air is compressed on the outside, and it goes into the engine, boosting the shit out of it that way. But yeah, that's it there. When I actually bought this kit as well, I bought this as an LS supercharger kit, but they supplied the wrong snout. I got it out of Australia, but yeah, that snout there is only a 4-inch snout, which is actually for small block Chev, not like old school small block Chev, not LS's. The LS is supposed to have a 5.9-inch snout, but this one's 4-inch. 5.9 inch will work if you put the pulley, if it stays, if you will work fine. Fucking thing's rolling around. Yeah, so you're supposed to have a 5.9 inch snout, and then the pulley goes on that way, like some people run. But a 4-inch snout will work if you put your pulley on that way, like I've run it, with a dish. And I actually think it looks cooler like that anyway. So that's my yarn. And now you know a little bit more about blowers. And now I'm going to put it back together, and then it can go in the car. Sweet, done. That's all back together. I haven't put oil in it yet, but I will not forget that. Now it's time to pick it up and chuck it on the car, because it's actually Saturday afternoon. I've got some mates coming around this afternoon for some drinks, and I know them. The first thing they will do is go straight for the car to check out the progress. So I'm going to set up a hyperlapse now, and we're just going to go on. Actually, speaking of my mates, when I went to Summernets 2 years ago, my mate Logie, he had to make this. Yeah, at Summernets you have to run a blower belt guard, and I didn't have one, so he made that. Check it out. Pretty cool. The profile, like from all this here, the shape and stuff, is actually the same as this bracket here. See? How clever is that? I couldn't do that. Blower's on, hooked up the accelerator and linkage is all done. Around the other side, hooked up the boost reference, the boost cables, not cables, fucking hoses. Done that too. Now it's time to hook up the plumbing, the radiator, all the hoses. I've cleaned them, put them in there. Sweet, radiator hoses are on. Perfect. Next up, we'll be putting on the breather lines. Just go here, and then they go across to the back. Just got one there, and one further, somewhere on the other side. Just check the braided lines onto the oil catch can there, the breather. It doesn't actually catch oil, it never pumps oil out of that pretty much. One plumbs in here, and then the other goes to the other side. I'm actually not very happy with how that is. It's sitting up way too high. That's how it's always been, but I don't like it, so I'll show you this side. It's got a straight fitting there, but I'm going to swap that. I've just ordered a new one. I'm going to get an angled one, so it goes like down, that angles in and then goes through down there, because it doesn't need to be up high like that. Nah, there's all that space it can be. It should be where the power down. It should be down there. So that's what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to make. I've got all the fittings and new O-rings and that turn up for the steam kit. I wanted to do that before the engine went in the car, but I got impatient and they took ages to turn up. So I've got new. These are the steam kit refittings here, which go on top of the engine block and let the water out in the corner. It helps the water circulate through the block. That's one of the awesome features of an LS. But in there, these wee O-rings here go, so we can put them on the block. I'll bolt them on the head span, sorry. And a lot of these fittings are a bit faded and crappy looking. One of them's been wearing on, I think it was the earth strip used to wear on that, and it's actually worked quite a lot. So I got all new ones to make it up, and I'm going to change the angles and stuff as well, because it did used to be quite untidy. But yeah, I'll make that and chuck them on. This hose here that used to go across the back is a lot longer, because it used to go like that and then it would go up and down. So converting it to an angled one, I need to cut it. I'm going to show you what I brought out. This is the proper way to cut it. Instead of, I've always just cut it with an angle grinder, but when you do, it literally fills the hoses up with crap, so you got to flush it all out with degreaser and flush it all out. And I've had dirty fill pumps from it before as well, so. But now with these, I tested them on the weekend and I cut them out. So perfect, and that should be better than an angle grinder. Now put together. Sweet, another upgrade I've done while the DSPRNG's off the road is the accelerator cable's been giving me shit for a few years. Just got hot some minutes, and I used to have heat protection around here, but as you can tell, it's like that was the heat protection that melted to it, and all up here under that tape is all melted, and it's just crap up here as well. So I got a new one made. It's got this weird adjustable bit, which is a million times better than my old contraption, and I can't believe how smoothly this one works like that. And this one, I literally can only move about 5 mil, right? Like it's fucking terrible. So, and it came with, I got this heat protection put on it as well, because obviously where it goes through the firewall, the exhaust is there, so that it gets a bit warm. So this is going to protect it, and it should last ages. I got this made up at Brake Specialists in Timaru. I think it was like 200 and something bucks. So money well spent. Also, I got the cable at the end here. It's made up way longer than the other one, and this bit here you just do up, and there's just a bolt in there, you just do it up, and it
clips onto it, but with the new pedal there's more travel, so I'm going to have to reset it up, and then I'm going to go through all the linkages on their carbs as well and give them more travel. And yeah, that's going to be today's mission.
Sweet, that's the steam kit all on. I'm pretty pleased with how that came out. I'll show you around the back. So that hose across the back there that used to go, it didn't have an angle on it, used to come up and across to the side. It looked fucking terrible. And this one here that's got it's got the angle on it, it used to be straight as well, so the hose literally came up. It came up along here, and then it went back down onto there, but that just looked like shit. So I've put angles on either end and just tucked it down there nicely. I was going to run it up the middle, instead of going on the side, I was going to run up the middle, but when I put it there, it just looked fucking ugly, so it went over there. This one here used to be a straight as well, and it used to come up, around, well not that high, it was up, and then like around and over to the radiator, but obviously it looks a lot tidier being like that. So now all I've got to do is put the alternator on and the exhaust, and then it's done. Oh, it's actually not done. The fuel line, we're still waiting on, the fuel lines are not done. We're waiting on a fuel pressure regulator to get into 4-port Magna fuel one, so we're waiting for that to turn up. When it does, it'll be mounted back over here somewhere, and then all the four hoses will go onto the carbs down to there, and we'll run a new fuel line to the back. At the moment it's got that dash 8, which I'm going to replace with a 10, and yeah, we'll get a new fuel pump as well, so that's where we're at.
Sweet, that's pretty much close as we're going to get to done, is calling it done for this video. Now we're going to zoom in and I'll show you what I've just done. So now we've got the alternator's on, the exhaust's on. I've tidied up the breather lines as well and got the separator things on there. And over here, I've put these wee cool looking joiner pieces here on. I quite like them. That's for the methanol injection line, which goes up and into here. And I've shortened these lines up as well and just made it all look a lot tighter. And this fit in here is new as well, routing the breather across the back there. It looks a lot tighter than it used to be. This is definitely the best this engine has ever looked and been in this car. And speaking of the engine, I have not really said shit about the details of this engine the entire video. So I suppose we'll just start at the bottom. It's a custom made, I think it's 12-litre high volume sump. It's got a Mellin oil pump, high volume oil pump in it. The block has been decked, bored, machine honed. It's got forged CP pistons. I think the K1 billet rods. The heads are both all reconditioned by Llama. Custom spec Calford cam. I think it's 600 duration, I think. It's got roller lifters, roller rockers. It's got custom made manifold on there, 671 big case blower on top, and then the methanol injection in here, and then these carbs are 750 double pumpers. And what have I forgotten? Obviously controlled by MSD electronics with electric water pump. 140 amp alternator, which is factory LS1. I think that's about it actually. So yeah, we're going to wrap this video up, and the next video is going to be all the fuel system. So because this fuel's still not even done, and we're literally leaving for Rapinets in about, I think it's like 4 or 5 days, 4 days I think it is, which is really scary. So, but yeah, we'll do a whole new video on the fuel system because the fuel system's going to be pretty cool. Sweet, peace.